very quickly taken care of, or they would have burned down the whole house.
Tell me about that real quick. A miniature Goliath?
Yeah,
I mean,
a
I would
minion
think a baby
Goliath attack.
Goliath is easy to take out, right?
Well, I'm not the most proficient in hand-to-hand combat, especially against something that can breathe fire. I did take martial arts for 10 years, but if you can breathe fire, that's all canceled out. I don't know anyone who could beat a fire rock throw combo directly to the face. So it took me an extra minute to get armed up and to take down these miniature Goliaths. But we are back. Very sorry for the delay. I really truly apologize for holding everyone up. I didn't think the eggs would hatch. It was a huge mistake on my part. I really gotta think things through. This is why you refrigerate your eggs, ladies and gentlemen. You wonder why your mom refrigerates eggs. It's not trying to get them to not spoil. It's actually so they don't hatch and you have miniature chickens running around your house. Same thing with Goliath eggs. Absolutely terrible idea. Keep those things around. Not recommended.
All right, looks like we will be jumping into the next game in just a second. This is going to be the other side, guys. This will be the monster player of Team Hype. That's Cojones versus the Hunters of Eyes on You.
All
And
right.
I know they're all ready. Maybe they're just taking a while to do Hunter picks. They did already confirm that they were ready to go, though.
It is currently, ladies and gentlemen, for just joining us, 1-0 in the series in favor of Hype. Best of 7, first of 4 here in the round of 16 for the majors. Everyone staying tuned. Thank you guys very much. We really appreciate that. We're going to get you guys some more action coming in a moment. And because I feel so bad about the Goliath problem holding everyone up, holding up the entire cast, maybe if you guys are good, I will drop one or more codes. I just did code inventory during the break, and we have 2 codes for the PC full game. That is all the skins and tier 4, tier 5. I have an Xbox One Season 2 pass and 2 PS4 Season 2 passes. I'll give away one or more of those if Dan wants to during a break or whenever, if you
Yep.
guys are good.
Yeah, we can do it. We can do it in between series, or if if a series goes to a tiebreaker, we usually have a short break. We can do it then also. So make sure you're watching, guys. Make sure you're following the channel so you can get in on those giveaways. But right now, we're jumping into Game 2 of this best of 7 Eyes on You versus Hype. Let's check out the pick screen. You think the picks are going to be any different on this side, Nikki?
I'm not surprised if we see Kraken, Slim, Hank, Markov, Abe. Jack isn't allowed yet in ESL, is he?
No, he is not allowed in the majors. Looks like we basically have the same lineup,
4 out
but
of 5.
Eyes on You has elected to go with Maggie for their trapper instead of Abe. That's an interesting choice, especially against a Kraken. I kind of like it, though, especially with Krakens using Aftershock a lot now. Might be able to lock it down since Krakens tend to stay a bit lower to the ground.
Yeah, I was actually playing with Amy Bot the other day, and she is the trapper for Eyes on You. I gotta ask her why she went with Maggie over Abe. It's all personal preference, of course. I personally would rather go Abe against a Kraken. We all know they're going Krakens on PC. It's not too surprising, but those harpoons can be extremely helpful. You do have that wild card Daisy, though. I think Amy Bot may have chosen Maggie, but really she chose Daisy, the lovely Trapjaw, with her sneaky, super annoying reses on hunters if they go down. Kind of like a Slim Bug, Daisy will run directly over to you and pick you up if you are incapacitated and the monster is not nearby. Going in, picking up these free 3 meats right here, grabbing yourself some armor. Pretty much every monster takes the same opening route on Armory. I don't think I've seen any different opening routes. No one has tried to sneak up top, which would really throw people off. But if you don't see those initial 3 meats eaten, you would have thought, hey, he probably went up to the north.
Interesting choice by Cojones here. The Hunters are already dropping in. He does manage to break line of sight at the last second, but killing getting that last bit of food right there out in the open may actually alert the Hunter team that he juked to the right. We'll have to wait and see. Liquid actually cutting all the way over to the left side here, and the rest of the Hunter team staying close together on the right, looking like they're heading south. Oh, and Cojones is actually cutting back over again, just following a regular feeding pattern. I thought maybe he was trying to pull off some kind of crazy juke there with the way that he fed on one side and then fed on the other, but it looks like he was just trying to take whatever he could see.
I think it's important to note also that Eyes on You just recently, this week, picked up Liquidity, as I like to call him. in their Hunter lineup as their assault. They lost a player, so they decided to pick him up. Eyes on you. Joined by Liquidity here, who hopefully is going to get some face stuff into this monster as he's finished evolving. 2 Aftershock, 2 Vortex, 1 Banshee, 1 Lightning. Very typical set. I personally like my 2 in Lightning, but to each their own. And now they're going to be doing some permanent health damage here on the Kraken.
Stage 2, no armor dome. This is huge for the Hunters. If they can capitalize on it, they just have to play things right and really dish out some damage to him. Cojones does have a great loop here. He can continually break line of sight. Going in on GA. Killers now firing from the sky. Vortex into Aftershock. Killers tagged by that Aftershock. That's huge. He did pop the cloak, though, so he is going to escape. He will be okay. Cojones now on the upper level, firing away at AimyBot, maybe looking to drop that dome. There's Daisy out in the open here. Cojones over their head. Lightning strike. Going to be on AimyBot. Shield blocks the shield. There's the Aftershock. That's going to be a double Aftershock, actually. Right onto Killers. Killers gonna go down here, I think. No way that Slim is gonna be able to keep him alive. Vortex, though, Orbital actually chasing him off. That was well played, and the Lightning Strike hits nothing.
Yeah, if you're a support and you got your back against the dome, literally, drop yourself an Orbital directly on your head. If you're playing Hank, you should be fine. Really start changing the strike.
Oh, he's committed, though. Look how much damage they've dealt out to Cojones here. This looks like it's going to be a very quick win for the Hunters of Eyes on You. Excellent play there. Not a single strike and 4.5 bars of damage dealt to Cojones.
Yeah, they don't have any down penalties on them, and Cojones is not looking good at all. Ooh, some harpoons right there. Did he just get stuck right on that climb?
Did, and that is the magic of Maggie. You can place up to 5 harpoons at once. Say you place 1 or 2 out in the open in certain places where the monster might run to later in the game, and you only utilize the other 3 inside of a dome, and you never place more until one of the 3 are destroyed. Those 2 will remain in the game indefinitely, and they may catch the monster on the run, allowing your team to catch up, which is exactly what happened.
Yeah, that was extremely helpful right there. Looks like Cojones is feeding up. He's not completely out of this yet, although if he does come back, it definitely will be a comeback.
AimyBot may be cutting in a little bit too deep here, a little bit too hasty. Cojones is going to sneak around. She realizes it, doubles back to the other side. She does have movement speed along with Liquid Duty. So that will enable her to actually catch it quick enough. She's in dome range. She throws it right away, waiting for the rest of the team here. There's Killers and Slim right behind her. And we've got yet another Stage 2 dome. If they can dish out the same kind of damage that they did in the last one, this is going to end the game right here. There's an Aftershock. That's going to be a 4-man Aftershock. That is huge. Riku, though, with the healing burst, absolutely essential after taking an Aftershock like that. Those healing bursts from Slim are so strong and so fast if your aim is good enough to maintain damage on the monster.
Oh yeah, Cojones losing almost all of his armor. He's got a small 3 bars left, and he is going to be taking some permanent health damage in a moment, if not on the chase, which is going to be terrible. At this point, he has to hit Stage 3. He's got to get stronger abilities. He's got to get a little more health, and he can go back in on this Hunter Squad. Orbital going in, but does not connect. Just trying to get him as he loops around back there, trying to deter him from attacking.
There's the Aftershock on Killer, on Liquid Duty, actually. Now he's playing around, looking for Riku. Killers, though, still low. Hasn't actually received much healing. There's the burst from Riku. That's exactly what Killers needs. Lightning Strike on Killers. That's going to drop him. No, it doesn't actually finish him. This Aftershock will, though. The Aftershock takes him down. Double hit right there, but they're going to finish Cojones right here. No escape. No remorse. And no leniency whatsoever for the monster player of Hype. Eyes on You's Hunters just utterly demolishing Cojones there in this second round.
Yep, and Eyes on You taking it 1-1. Seems like they have no issues as far as chemistry goes with Liquidity. Like I said, he was just signed up onto the team this week, and he did great right there. That damage output in the first dome was amazing enough to finish off a full armor monster in the second dome. Looks like the team is coming together very well on the Hunter side. Nice job to them. As I've been playing Hunter lately in Hunt 2.0, I just find that sometimes the chemistry doesn't work. Even if they're all awesome players, the coordination isn't there, the ability to communicate isn't there, and every time you pick up a new player, that's always something you got to watch out for. But Liquidity is a great guy. I was actually playing with him the other day. Very friendly dude, and it seems like he has fit in with Team Baguette. Eyes on You very well. There at the end, Cojones looked like he was just trying to finish off the support, and unfortunately could not take that one home, meaning it is 1-1 in the series, and it's first to 4, best of 7.
All All right, gonna
Hop in.
quickly change out the graphics as we hop to the other side now. Also, just waiting on confirmation from the other side as to whether we will be neutral hosting the match or whether it's going to be Monster host rights. I am still a little bit unsure, so we just have to wait for the teams to confirm that, and then we'll be good to go to hop in on the other side.
Yep. We should be hopping in, switching maps. I'm not sure what the second map is, but we'll see if we have some different hunter picks. Depending on the map, we saw only a variation in the trapper from the two hunters that last round, Maggie and Abe. Abe being on hype, Maggie being from Eyes on You, the rest maintaining their hunters the same. Let's see if they change it up on the next map. I don't know if any of these teams have something in their back pocket they're just going to pull out of nowhere. We're going to see another slim bucket victory. That was absolutely ridiculous when we saw it a couple ESLs ago. Are we going to see some Cabot Laz? Are we going to see some Poontrang Dome DB Special Beam Team? Val Hank Griffin, the DB Special Beam Team. We'll see if these hunters have anything in their back pockets. And I feel like they're going to need it. As they go on in the round of 16, the round of 8, even Poland, of course, not only just to put on a show, but to surprise the enemy monsters. Are we going to see some different team comps, or are they going to stick to what they know? It's always a little bit of a risk, you know? Stick to what you know, but it gets predictable. Pull out something that people didn't know you were practicing, and they're not ready for it. So, depends on what these guys have been practicing.
All right, looks like Cyril will be host from now on for the rest of the series. Of course, traditionally, the Monster does get host right, barring extenuating circumstances like players living too far away from each other and things like that. So that was the issue that we were trying to mitigate earlier, but it looks like they are reverting back to Cyril's host right, just waiting for one last player from Hype to jump in the lobby, and we'll be ready to go. Actually, it looks like another one backed out, so we need to get them both back in here. Maybe they're just restarting.
Do you know what map is coming up next, Dan?
Let's see here. Let me check.
Last map was Armory. I'd say a fairly even map in this game.
Pretty sure that they told me somewhere in the chat log. There's been a lot of chat going on in our team captain group chat. So let's see. For some reason, I can't actually find it.
But meanwhile,
Distillery will actually be the next double of games.
That's a pretty common map we see in ESL, a map that a lot of pros favor. Everyone likes this map. Let's see how it changes up. But I have confirmed, I just did some inventory, that we do have some more codes to give away. We'll give away at least one, maybe more, I don't know. But at least the first winner of the giveaway, I want them to be able to choose what code they get. We have PC full game codes. That is Tier 4, Tier 5, and pretty much every skin in the game. Xbox Season 2 or PS4 Season 2. So if you win, I will let you choose from any of those coming up in a little bit. Maybe after this series, or if we go to a tiebreaker, we'll possibly give one of those away if you guys keep being awesome, which I'm sure you will be as we hop into the next match here on Distillery. We're here on the first round of 16 series. We got Eyes on You and Hype.
Just waiting on Team Captain Vode to join in the game, and then we will be good to go. As you were saying, currently tied 1-1, and coming up after this, we do have another series too. Team Potato Aim versus the Dildozers, the Double Ds. That'll be coming up. That'll be in just a few minutes. Also, a best of 7, and I know those teams are itching and ready to go since that was that series was supposed to start right about now. So they'll be looking to get things moving much more smoothly once that series actually starts.
Oh yeah. So we'll have some more Evolve awesomeness for you guys after this. Not to mention Sunday, September 13th, we will also be casting things. It is September 12th right now. We're on the round of 16, NA versus NA, and some NA versus EU. Round of 16, Europe versus Europe is going to be the 14th to 15th. The quarterfinals are 21st to 22nd, and don't forget to tune in to the game for all the gummy bears. Semifinals and finals October 10th from Poland, cast by D-Man and DB Sinclair. Don't forget to follow the stream here, guys, because we got more competitive Evolve coming at you this weekend, as well as some things will be happening on twitch.tv/Evolve Game, including the finals from Poland, which is going to be awesome, you guys. Be sure to stay tuned for that.
Yeah, that's going to be the finals and the semifinals actually from Poland. I'm not sure if that's going to be a multiple day broadcast or all in one day. Do you know?
Here on my playoff schedule, it says October 10th only. So
October 10th only. Okay.
yeah, it doesn't say only, but it only says October 10th. Is what I mean, because English. So I'm pretty sure it's only going to be on October 10th. It should be awesome for those teams who go. Enjoy Poland. And I don't know what the minimum drinking age there is, but I'm sure you're all over it. I'm not. Well, I don't know. What's the drinking age in Poland? 16? 21?
It's got to be 18,
18.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
most of Europe is 18. Very few countries are as stringent as America. All right, looks like we'll be cutting to another break again. We might just flip right to the Dildozers versus Team Potato Aim since I know that they're ready to go. Give us just a second, folks. We'll get this all sorted out, and we'll have hopefully some continuous and exciting Evolve action coming up for you in just a minute.
Yeah, continuous.
As we are walking this dangerous line, and
All right. Welcome
What's
back,
up, guys?
guys. We've got, why do I keep doing that?
We have the screen broken right now, but that's all right. So is Steam.
Here we
While
go.
you guys wait,
All right.
let's give away a code. I'm gonna let the winner of this giveaway pick the code they want, either PC full game, Xbox One Season 2 pass, or a PS4 Season 2 pass. Please only enter if you want something that you don't already have. If you already have the game on PC, then please don't enter. Or if you already have the season pass on Xbox, then please don't enter and try to get one on PS4 for absolutely no reason.
Most important question, what are we doing for the keyword?
Can we do it on Twitter? I like
Yeah, we can do it on
keyword.
Twitter. Absolutely.
All right, the keyword. We need a keyword. Rip Steam. How about Rip Steam?
Rip Steam, that's a good one. All right.
All right, tweet at Still Shampoo, not at Black Ages, because I do this on Twitter so I can keep track of which codes I've given away. At Still Shampoo, ladies and gentlemen, tweet me Rip Steam, and then after this short break, I'm gonna randomly pick a winner. I'm gonna give Dan the chance to pick a number 1 through however many, and then I'm gonna randomly select someone from that list. So go ahead, tweet at me at Still Shampoo, Rip Steam. You guys have a chance to win either the PC full game that includes skins, tier 4, tier 5. I thought it was the base game, but then I gave a couple of these away and people said there's everything in here.
Yeah, even all the
Xbox
skins
One.
too.
Yeah, pretty much all the skins. Xbox One Season 2 or PS4 Season 2. Please only enter if you don't already have something, because I want to spread Evolve love around as much as I can. So if you already have stuff, then please don't enter, because I don't need to give you more stuff because you already have said stuff. Giveaway not sponsored by Twitch. Twitch does not endorse broadcasting giveaways.
All right, folks, we'll be back in just a couple moments with hopefully the conclusion of this series, or we may just jump over to TPA versus the Double Ds once Steam comes back online. Stay tuned.
Be sure to tweet at Still Shampoo, Rip Steam. I will DM you and ask you which one you want. You reply, and I'll get it over to you. Go ahead. Rip Steam.
Meanwhile, while we're casting Evolve, or trying to, my sister sends me a text message that she just went skydiving.
Your sister's skydiving right now?
Apparently she just landed.
Well, yeah,
So
I
she
don't think
was
there's
skydiving.
yeah, I don't think there's good phone signal as you're skydiving. You know, I heard it's not actually as scary as you think it is because as you're dropping, you don't drop straight down. You kind of go forward because the plane was going forward, so inertia, however that stuff works, and you actually fall forward, so the sensation of falling isn't really as intense as you'd think it is. And I'm sure it looks beautiful. My only fear when skydiving, and I've never done it before, is the parachute not working. I'm taking three
It's,
of those.
it's like rolling dice with your life, right? I mean, why not just
Yeah.
play Russian roulette? I guess it would be more fun than Russian roulette, but yeah, I don't know if I would actually do that. I mean, I go whitewater rafting, which is insanely dangerous. I've almost died once doing it, but that's like I don't know, you're fighting nature. You're not just falling through nature. In any case, we'll be back in a little bit, guys. Uh, you gonna? Oh yeah, we're gonna do the giveaway when you get back, right? Yeah, we'll be back in a little bit with the winner of that giveaway and resolution to all these Steam issues and everything. Hopefully, very soon. Stay tuned. Does anyone else feel that Steam downtime is kind of like just having no internet? It's almost as bad, right? What do you think, Nikki? You're unmuted.
I feel the same way. PS3 had that month-long outage a couple years ago, And I don't know what I did with my life for that month. I probably became a more productive, healthy, and intelligent human being in that time. That's so dumb.
I remember once, I want to say 3 years ago, a really bad blizzard. Lost power in my house for 4 or 5 days. Those are some of the worst 4 or 5 days of my life. Oh, Steam's back up. All right, we will have the matches for you in just a minute, guys.
Hey, the power's
Soon.
back on.
TM. All right, welcome back, everyone. We are finally back and ready to jump into the third game in this series here. Eyes on You versus Hype with Stealth Shampoo. Why
What's
do I
up,
keep
guys?
doing that?
All right, so we're gonna have a winner of the giveaway in just a moment. Dan, pick a number between 1 and 18.
Wow. So you're gonna make me pick the giveaway? All right, we'll pick lucky number 13 then. That's easy.
All right, let me count 13 here. 2, 7, 12. That person did it twice, so I'm not going to count that. 13. Here we go. Dylan Castro. Congratulations, man. At Paragon Sky. You have won the code, man. Let me know what kind of code you want. I'm going to DM you right now. Let me know if you want an Xbox One Season 2 pass, a PS4 Season 2 pass, or the PC full game. Let me know, man, and I will DM you back that code as soon as possible. Congrats, man. Dylan Castro on Twitter has won the next giveaway.
Congrats, Dylan Castro, and here we go, jumping into the third game right now, just about on the pick screen. Guess what? Stealth Shampoo, Nikki, we almost have another game underway. This is a good feeling.
Do we have perhaps some continuous action going on? Because that'd be pretty sweet.
We might have some continuous action going on. Hopefully things will move much, much more smoothly after this.
All right. Joining us again, we have Eyes on You and Hype. We have Cyril, Eyes on You's Monster, coming in hot versus the Hype Honor Squad. Let's see how they do. I'm sure they are very, very well rested up after that break and ready to get into some hot, steamy Evolve action. Steamy.
Looks like... wow. That's even worse than any pun I've ever
I didn't do that on
made.
purpose.
I am sure you didn't. In any case, looks like we've got the same picks as last time. Slim on Medic, Hank on Support, Abe on Trapper, Markov on Assault versus Cyril, the Kraken monster player from Eyes on You.
All right, let's see what they do here. I believe we are playing on Distillery, one of the bigger maps in the game, if not the biggest map in the base game. I don't have some square mileage data here, but just off of feeling from how long it takes to get from the south side of the beach to the caves at the top of the map, I feel like this map, just in terms of sheer northern to southern distance, is probably one of the bigger maps in the game.
All right, scores currently 1-1. This is the third game in this best of 7. Cyril taking an unlikely path up the river. Now this, of course, this is going to drastically slow down his feet. He's not going to leave any tracks whatsoever. And, you know, he might actually just make it to the caves. Let's see. Doesn't actually look like he left any footprints there. This could be really, really good for him. Triggering that steaming on, though. Let's see if the hunters actually notice it. Dropping in right now from the sky. Of course, the monster does have about a 30-second head start in this game of hide-and-seek that we like to call Evolve.
Yeah, 42 seconds until the hunters have absolute control of their characters. And it looks like they're taking the more typical route that you see Krakens take on this map. They are expecting him to go down to the south side to feed up where there is a ton more food, but instead, Cyril has opted in to go to the northern part of the map and grab some glaciopod meats, eat up some steamodons, which is a lot less common, but it looks like Markov may catch him.
A Vexen gonna see those footprints right there. He did leave footprints rather than climbing directly up the waterfall. They know he's in the caves now. Rest of the Hunter team turning around immediately. A Vexen sending out those pings, firing away on the machine gun on the assault, and Cyril just ducking through the western side of the caves, looking to make an exit.
It looks like they do have visual contact on the Kraken. Pretty soon you can expect Bronk to get into tracking dart so they can have 35 seconds of pure vision on him. And the chase is on. Cyril has been doing a great job beating, though, and he is 1, if not 2 meets away from hitting stage 2. The Trapper, not quite in position to grab a dome just yet, although Cyril might actually run directly into him as he exits his cave. Looks like he's going to double back and take some lightning gun / assault rifle directly into the forehead as he tries to move the opposite direction from Bronk to the Trapper, who's going to be trying to perhaps get a dome here at stage 1. He's got to be very careful, though. These caves are nice and close, but he could cause a loop through that lower side.
He could almost take out a Vexen there if he chooses to commit. He's got full armor. Rest of the Hunter team, though, in tow now, all grouped up. I don't think he's going to be able to dish out the damage. Now, that window of opportunity is gone, but with them all grouped up, Cyril may be able to sneak along the side. Bronk cutting very quickly wide, looking to maybe get an early dome. I don't know. We'll have to see. I know Hype usually doesn't favor the early domes, even in the new meta, unless the opportunity is perfect, unless they've dealt enough damage to the monster. They are taking it. Wow, okay.
Yeah, they weren't taking it earlier because they were just trying to not cause a loop in the cave, which is a great play on Bronk's part. Not having any loops makes the Assault's job so much easier getting up to the monster and putting some lightning back into the Kraken. Stasis going out. Looks like all guns are up. Everyone's firing, trying to do some damage to Cyril here. He does have a little bit of cover up here, and there is a bit of verticality. Most importantly, a mammoth bird right there. He doesn't have anywhere to loop around, though, so he's just going to have to try to dodge around and perhaps use some
Polis
cover.
almost dead there. Does pop the cloak. Looks like he's going to get away, only just barely. Those heals have to come in from Vode if Polis wants to stay alive.
Looks like they are starting to take some permanent health damage at this point. Bronk getting a bit low, at about 30% health. He could get focused down unless Polis is on point with those shields, which looks like he is. Polis not letting the Trapper go down, so the dome stays online, and so they can continue to do damage to this Kraken. So far, he's lost a total of an entire bar of health and may go down to as low as 50% health on this chase. This team's got some extremely accurate weapons. Markov's assault rifle comes to mind. Slim's leech gun can be much more accurate when you shoot it slowly. And Polis, of course, on the laser cutter. Here on Perks, ladies and gentlemen, Cyril. I believe that is damage. Is that correct, Dan? On Cyril?
That is damage on Cyril, yeah. Yeah, and he is taking that stage 2. This is actually going to give him a bunch of health. Vexen, though, very, very close. May get some good damage in on him here. Let's see how much he can do. He's going to get at least 2 bars of total health gone. Maybe a third before Cyril escapes. No, definitely not going to get that third. 1 in Lightning Strike, 1 in Banshee Mines, 2 in Aftershock, 2 in Vortex, and that's going to round out his abilities. Vexen takes a Lightning Strike to the face, pops a personal shield, and Cyril ducks back the other way. Looks like Vode might be singled out here. I don't know if Cyril's going to take that opportunity, though. No armor. It's too risky to commit to right now.
Cyril is doubling out of here. Meanwhile, the rest of the Hunters, Vexen does have jetpack, so he can stay up against this Kraken when he wants to mitigate, and so it is much easier to chase and dodge as well with jetpack. Vode running reload. We pretty much only see reload on Slim. Capacity on Hank. That's one of the 2 Hank perks you generally see. Capacity.
And reload on Trapper also, which is definitely huge for a Trapper. 45-second dome cooldown time instead of the full minute. That is absolutely massive. And, of course, the other perk that sometimes we see taken is movement speed. Apparently, Bronk did not need it. Oh, he definitely could have used it there, actually, I should say. Cyril dodges that dome handily. That was what we like to call a Bronk dome.
That is huge for this monster player. Very, very rarely do you ever see dome dodges nowadays. With the 1-second dome drop, it is extremely easy to capture the monster. So when the monster isn't domed, that's 45 seconds more, at least, of wandering about and feeding up that he gets. And the Hunter Squad's got to continue to chase him for nearly a minute.
Yeah, this is free playtime for Cyril. He can use that armor that he has to go in for a fight, or he can just choose to keep himself alive on the run and looking to feed and get to stage 3. It looks like that is what he's choosing to do. Don't think he's going to stop for those Reavers, though. The Hunters are a little bit too close now coming up on the caves, but Cyril is already almost out the other side of the caves right here.
Yep, of course, eating when Hunters are shooting at you is pretty much impossible unless you are Bob and put up a rock wall. Looks like Cyril is just trying to continue feeding up. Although he does have full armor, he's feeding up so he gets closer to the evolve. Ideally, he wants to be 2-4 meets away from evolving when he's domed. And at that point, if he drops a Hunter, that'll be 2 points of energy, and that will be the stage. If not, then right after the dome, he'll be able to eat a bit more and then be able to hit stage 3. So as long as he can feed up well and possibly down a Hunter or 2, that might give him the energy that he needs to finish off this game at stage 3. He's looking pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty good on health right now. He definitely could still win at stage 2 if he capitalizes on a huge Hunter misplay, or if he's really, really hitting his abilities here.
Oh, there's a lightning strike right there. Vexen, though, does pop the personal shield. That's almost down already. The heals coming in from Vode, but they're just not going to be enough with Cyril up there. He does choose to back off, though. That's going to give Vexen time to get healed up. He's got the bug on him. Slim's third ability, that healing bug, that will passively heal a target over time so long as they don't take a single shred of damage. We have maybe another engagement here. Cyril poking and prodding. He does choose to back off, though. And Bronk is still covering the far eastern side of the cave. Cyril cannot back out that way.
Yeah, Vexen's really trying to poke him right here. We have Polis standing behind with the shield on a Vexen, so Vexen doesn't have to pop his own shield. Cyril is almost completely fed up. There you go. Oh, actually, I think he missed that meat because he may have taken some shots.
Yeah, he just needs one more. The Vortex, followed by a Lightning Strike again. The shield's on a Vexen, gonna keep him alive. Nice play from Polis there. Vexen didn't need to use personal shield again. Actually, I don't even think it's off cooldown yet.
All right, and now he is completely full armor, full energy, and he's looking pretty decent on health right now. Thing is with Slim is Slim's got to be up near the monster to heal. Unless
he does.
Decides to use.
He needs to dish out continuous damage. Here's an Aftershock here. It does connect on Polis. Wow, I wasn't sure if that was going to connect due to Cyril's elevation, but it did. Polis returning fire with that laser cutter. There's a Vortex. Adeptly dodged, though, by the Hunter team. That did not connect on Polis. Vode may have taken it, though. Another Aftershock going for Vode now, but that's blocked by the shield. And Polis on point with those shields. Almost have to wonder if maybe Cyril should be going for Polis instead.
Vode's taking a serious amount of heat right now. Polis needs to keep him alive. Get him a cloak, get him a shield, do something, because if Slim dies, you all die.
Yeah, there's the Sneak Pounce and the Banshee Mines. Not going to be enough shielding, though, from Polis. He is cornered. Vode goes down, but Cyril's taken over half of his life in permanent damage, and the Hunters are continuing to rail away on him. They don't have Maggie for the res, so they will have to get over there and try to get a res. Otherwise, they have no healing. Looks like Polis is going for a cloak. Cyril has to know that. He does know it. There's the Vortex. A couple smacks onto Polis. I don't know if he has the health to continue to commit to this, though. Still firing away from the sky. Bronk at half. Polis at half. A Vexen at full. And that is so important right now. There's a Lightning Strike. That doesn't look like it actually hit anybody. And Polis now firing away, revealing himself. Cyril down to 2 bars of health, and he still doesn't have any other downs. Medic is dead. That starts the 2-minute dropship timer, and Cyril's going to back off and armor up.
Now, even though Cyril lost a ton of health back there, that is huge, not having the medic on the field. What he can do at this point is get a little bit of armor or stage up, and then go for the rest of this Hunter squad. None of them have health reach.
He is taking the stage. Let's check the distance here. Vexen is choosing not to engage, actually, even though he was within 40 meters. No, he meant to engage, I think. Oh, he was so close. He completely missed that opportunity. He could have dealt out a massive amount of damage to Cyril. Cyril now, stage 3, the full power Kraken. Coming in hard on a Vexen. A Vexen does pop that personal shield. That's about to drop in a second. Cyril drops down low. There's the Sneak Pounce on a Vexen. No one else is really nearby to shoot him off, though, I don't think. And a Vexen goes down. It's down to just Polis now.
Yep, Polis has got to use his cloak to keep himself alive. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Bronk died who knows what back there. He was extremely low health. He might have got tackled by a Sloth, and that was it for him. Cyril does have a bit of health left. Yep. Even a Reaver could have taken down Bronk right there. He's way too low. Polis has got to keep the team in the game and get them to redeploy. We do have 1 down penalty on everyone except the support, and if the support goes down here, that is going to be a W for Cyril. Now, if anything, instead of attacking the power relay, what I would do is either kill Polis now and win the game, or kill him after the dropship comes in.
Good.
The Hunters touch ground.
30 seconds left on the dropship. Let's see how close Polis is. Polis is 90 meters away, so Cyril is not within smell range. He is closing in, though, and this could spell doom for Polis if he's not very, very careful. He does pop that cloak. Cyril kind of makes a pass through, not knowing that Polis would pop the cloak, and is going to circle around to the other side. This is going to allow the Hunters a chance to drop in, potentially, and have another shot at taking this game off of Cyril.
Yeah, Cyril would be looking great if he took Polis out right about now and sent him to the next dropship. Polis is not going to get to this dropship in time, but it looks like he is way too far away. Polis is going to get healed up, and Cyril's going to have to go against an injured Hunter squad, but I would say Cyril is a bit more injured than this Hunter squad is. He does have a ton of armor to work with, but by not taking down Polis, that means the team still has shields and can make up for those 20% down penalties that they are all suffering from, with the exception of the Hank player.
And look at that. As soon as Vode touches ground, the bug comes out on Polis. Going to get him back up to full health. The whole Hunter team now preparing to set up at the relay. And Cyril just biding his time there, maybe hunting for Polis, but he passed right by him, unfortunately.
All right, we had some sneaking going on. Looks like Cyril is just looking for an engagement here. And he is coming in hot. Going to be trying to take out this Hunter squad.
Oh, a Vexen walking into a Tyrant at the last minute. They still haven't shot him out of the Tyrant. This could be it for the Hunters. That is about the worst possible timing that that they could have had on that Tyrant. Vexen just running right into Wildlife. That's an uncharacteristic mistake from a top-tier player. Perfect timing on that shield, though. Blocks the Aftershock. Vode almost back up to full health, and Cyril's armor is almost completely gone.
I was going to be honest, I thought Slim was going to go down there.
He does go down. There's another Aftershock Vortex onto a Vexen. A Vexen super low. His shield is still on cooldown, and Cyril is committed to taking Vode out of the fight now. He might want to commit to taking a Vexen out. Instead, the Lightning Strike misses, dropping in for the Aftershock. It does connect. Polis, though, looks like he's going to get Vode back up. A Vexen goes down. Vode is back up in the fight, and Polis is going right for a Vexen. Oh, a Vexen actually catches a Vortex as soon as he's res, though. Cyril is down to 2.5, 2.25 bars of health. I don't know which way this game is going to go.
Polis MVP, dude. He is going out, picking up all the revives. No medic needed, no bugs needed. Polis got 2 reses back there after fighting off a Tyrant, after keeping himself alive so the entire team redeploys. If they win this game, this is Polis MVP right there. He got 2 reses in the middle of the fray. That is absolutely ridiculous and extremely unlucky for Cyril.
Within the same cloak time frame too, though, and that's absolutely huge to actually have the time to pull off 2 cloaked reses without the monster player noticing.
That is absolutely huge.
Hunter team on the chase now. They are not giving up. They know that this is their chance to win right now. 2 strikes on the medic, 2 strikes on Assault, 1 on Trapper, but they still have a very good chance at winning this if Cyril cannot fully armor up again.
Yeah, Cyril is not looking too hot right now. If that dome goes up,
oh,
which it does.
Another Bronc Dome thrown. Cyril just barely dodging that dome. Actually, I don't even think I can fairly call that a Bronc Dome. That was a brilliant dodge on the part of Cyril.
Yeah, that was dodged by milliseconds right there. He phased right through it. I'm sure Bronc is kind of pissed. Man, 2 dome misses on Bronc, which could have killed the Kraken by now if he would have connected one of those 2. Unfortunately, Vode getting stuck in a corner in one of those previous domes, and a Vexen taking 2 down penalties already. Polis is really carrying the team here. They should have given Polis the dome, because he's getting the cloaks, he's supporting, he's reviving, as the medic should, and I'm sure he could land the domes if Brock would just hand over the dome to Polis. Going back in, Cyril has no other choice than to go into the fight extremely injured, but try to finish him off. If he can manage to focus down Vode, who only has 60% of his total health, he'll be looking all right, but he doesn't have a lot to work with right now. Krakens at Stage 3 have more armor to work with than they did pre-title update. But is it going to be enough? I'm not entirely certain.
I don't know. Hunters have a great defensive spot set up, and Vexen had enough time to lay all 5 of his mines as well. This is definitely going to be the final fight of this match, whichever way it goes. There's the first lightning strike. Dome falls. Vexen does pop his personal shield. Aftershock gonna take that personal shield down to half, but doesn't actually do any other significant damage. Cyril needs to use his armor wisely. The orbital on his head, demolishing his armor. This is gonna be it for Cyril. He's staying in. He's staying in the orbital. He didn't back off. Vode goes down. Vexen is low, but Cyril only has 1 bar of health. He cannot stay in this fight any longer.
Yeah, he's got to mitigate, or he's got to take down Bronc, leave, and get some more armor. Thing is, he can't...
Oh, there it is. And the shields on a Vexen, keeping a Vexen alive. Lightning strike onto Polis, but Cyril only a couple more hits, and he's finished off by a Vexen on the machine gun.
Polis MVP right there. Getting the laser in, and that orbital was huge. Vode was cornered once again. Polis probably saw that one coming. Called the orbital in directly on Cyril's head. Cyril didn't leave because he wanted to focus down Vode. And they take the W right there. I think mainly because their support players on point with the cloaks, on point with keeping the team up for the dropship, on point with the shields, on point with the orbital. Polis MVPing that game so hard it's not even funny.
Yeah, absolutely. Polis picking up where every single one of his teammates had some slack, and Polis just proving why he is such a boss on support.
You know what I say every time is Hank is the weak link in the group. If someone's going to go down, it's going to be Hank, it's going to be the medic, it's going to be everyone else. Everyone in the game went down twice except Polis. I always say, and generally you do see support, the first one going down in these team fights. But Polis did not go down at all while his team had maximum down penalties. Really doing a great job right there. If anything, if Cyril would have left that dome, Vode can't get any more down penalties. Vode already had 2. he would have bailed out, gotten some more armor, and then perhaps finished off the Hunter squad. That's how Cyril would have won that game if he managed to focus down Bronk a bit earlier. Unfortunately, that's not how it went. And let's see, that is Hype taking home the match. 2-1 in the series. Ladies and gentlemen in the chat, give Polis a hand. That was some ridiculous play.
Yeah, that was absolutely amazing. And we can see the delay finally catching up, just waiting to jump in. On the other side now, this is going to be Cajones as the monster player for Hype versus the Hunters of Eyes on You. Of course, Eyes on You's Hunters were absolutely dominant over Cajones in the last game.
All right, just an update. Dylan Castro on Twitter is claiming his prize. He wants a PS4 Season 2 pass. So congratulations to you, man. I'm going to DM that to you in about 2 seconds. And that means I have one PS4 Season 2 pass left. There you go, man.
Pretty good
Get
game,
into the
huh?
next match. We will be flipping over to Distillery on the other side. So Cyril is switching out for Cajones. And let's see how they do. We've seen 3 Hunter wins so far today in the ESL majors. Let's see if any monsters can take it home. These monsters I know are all extremely powerful. Just the Hunters are looking pretty good today.
All right, just typing to Cajones real quick here. Just waiting for the Eyes on You Hunters to join up, and then we'll have the 4th game.
All right. There you go, man. I have DM'd you your code. Enjoy that. Welcome, everyone, to the chat. Thank you all for dropping by. I really appreciate it. Be sure to follow the stream if you guys have not already. Thanks for coming out and supporting Competitive Evolve. You are currently watching the ESL Majors. I'm your host, Nikki, here with Dan sitting right above me. Here's the ESL Majors schedule. Round of 16 is happening right now, the 12th and the 13th. We do have some casting to do on the 13th. Go for Evolve and the ESL Majors. 14th and 15th is the round of 16 as well. Europe versus Europe. Quarterfinals are the 21st and 22nd. And the semifinals and finals brought to you by Demand and my man, DB Sinclair. October 10th, the semifinals and finals streamed directly from Poland. So be sure to tune in for all your Evolve action, your competitive awesomeness here on twitch.tv/blackages and on twitch.tv/evolve game. Come check us out. Thank you all for dropping by. And we got more coming for you guys in just a moment. I see all the players in the lobby. Eyes on You's Hunter Squad is here.
And considering just how dominant they were the last game, I think that Eyes on You's Hunters will probably go with the exact same picks that they had last time. We'll probably see the exact same lineup as Hype's Hunters are using, but with Maggie instead of Abe on the Trapper. So we'll be seeing Hank on support, Slim on Medic, and Markov on Assault. Of course, that can always change. The way that the picks work is Trapper and Medic are picked first, followed by Assault and Support.
Yeah, Monster goes directly in the middle of the picks. We can expect to see Kraken from both these monsters. I know they're both very strong Kraken players. And let's see how they do in this upcoming series. It is currently 2-1 in favor of Hype. We have seen no monster win so far, so let's see if we get any of those. You know, Dan, we're seeing a lot of Slim lately. Kyra used to be the dominant mech. Kyra 24/7 up until recently. I don't know, post-title update, I'm not seeing much Kyra at all.
Yeah, we really haven't. And I think one of the primary reasons for that is the fact that capacity perk was changed. The amount that you gain from capacity is actually lowered. So now, if you're running capacity on Kyra, rather than getting 6 grenades, you only get 5. Now, that still only affects about half of all the top-tier Kyra medics. The other half were running reload already from the get-go, but many of them switched over to Slim due to people's experience levels with Slim, but also with Slim just getting a little bit of a buff and maybe getting into a more comfortable position. People have finally realized how powerful Slim actually is as a medic.
Yeah, he's got some good healing output, but definitely the brand of Slim is his leech gun and the damage output that he can give to the monster. Slim, I would say, and I think everyone would agree with me, is the highest damage medic in the game. His job is to constantly be firing so he can get those heal bursts out. And not only are you healing your team, but you're doing a massive amount of damage. Plus, you're annoying the hell out of the monsters using those spore launchers. I absolutely hate that spore launcher. I've said it since Slim came out. I just can't deal with that thing. So that spore launcher in conjunction with the heal bursts, plus the extra damage, plus the Kyra, unfortunate Kyra capacity nerf, means that a lot more people are taking Slim nowadays. Should be
Right.
hot.
Almost wonder if we should unmute them. Sometimes it's interesting to listen into the picks. They may be doing them in the official ESL chat. I know on Sunday Cups they usually just do it in the in-game voiceover chat in the lobby that we're in right now. But because this is the majors, they may be doing it in the actual ESL chat, just to have it recorded. But it might be interesting to tune in. We can unmute
Speaking
them real
of
quick.
speaking of listen-ins, ooh, let's get a listen in here. I can't hear them, so
Looks
tell
like
me
they're not
when
talking. Yeah, they're probably just typing. That's all it is. Okay.
All right. But yeah, I was doing listen-ins on the Stell Shampoo official Evolve stream on Thursday, and that was actually a lot of fun to listen to, how Hunter teams communicate and recover from mistakes, especially. Some Hunter teams start yelling at each other, shaking their fists, and some guys are like, oh, don't worry about it, man. Get up. Let's keep going. So having Hunter listen-ins, I think, was pretty popular on my stream on the official Evolve stream on Thursday. I think that was a cool segment.
Yeah, the listen-ins are definitely cool. You get to hear how the teams actually work together and communicate. And it's so important in this game for the Hunters. Of course, you're 4 brains working against 1. So you have to have efficient communication in order to match the efficiency of 1 brain.
Here in high-level play, I know sometimes when I'm playing skirmish with my guys, we're all talking about whatever we want. Water balloons, pizza, whatever there is to talk about. But here in competitive play, they're always talking about the game. And there are different team dynamics. Sometimes there's 1 shot caller and 3 guys just listening and saying what they need to say for their role. Sometimes there's 4 shot callers and everyone does 25% of coordinating the team. And sometimes teams are just completely silent because they have some sort of telepathic abilities to communicate with each other, or they've been playing together for so long that the team chemistry is just there so that they don't ever have to say anything. They don't even say, hey, I need a shield from Hank. Hank just knows he needs to shield that person, and they just do it. Whereas some teams, they have to shout, shield, 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 shield. And some teams, they have 1 top shot caller. So I don't know how any of these teams communicate, because I've not played. Well, I've played with Eyes on You, so I know how they talk. But, it's interesting to see which teams have 1 shot caller, which teams never say anything, and which teams have everyone yelling all at the same time.
Yeah, you have to wonder, the teams that don't say anything. I've played with teams like that before, and it's weird. It's like they're just in each other's heads so much that they don't communicate, and it makes it really, really hard for a newcomer to actually play with them. Of course, the teams that communicate a lot and are always talking, it's very easy for one person from the outside, as long as you have decent proficiency with the game, to jump in and play along with them.
Yeah, I was playing with Tonic.
Wow, cojones.
Ooh.
Changing things up a little bit here.
Oh,
no.
trolling me.
Yeah, that's
Don't troll me,
definitely a
cojones.
troll.
Don't do that. Liquidity going on Torvald? Oh,
Nope.
we locked that.
He might actually be picking Wraith.
Torvald versus Wraith isn't too bad of a pick. Ooh. Remember how I said people might start breaking out their top secret?
This could be it. He does. He locks in Wraith. This is it. Torvald, Maggie, Hank, and Slim versus Wraith. I was not expecting this.
Me neither. This is going to be an interesting match. I think Cajone saw that we haven't pulled a single monster win on either side. So I think at this point he's saying to himself, you know what? Kraken's not working. Let's see what we could do here on the Wraith. And we're seeing a Torvald pick as well. I'm interested to see how good we are on Torvald. See if Liquidity can land these mortars and get those shotgun shots. The Wraith, extremely squishy relative to the Kraken, but definitely agile, definitely stealthy. In fact, Wraith has the fastest movement speed in the crouch position of any monster in the game. So the Wraith is going to be looking to get away from these hunters as fast as possible, feed up, hit stage 2, because the Wraith only has a measly 6 bars of armor at stage 1, just as much as it had pre-title update, but it only gains more armor per evolve.
I think that this game is going to come down to Cajone's ability to dodge mortar attacks from Liquid. And Cajone's actually very, very close to the Hunter team. Kind of doubling back maybe a little bit early. I don't know. No, okay, he is going to cut around the long side of the relay. They may be able to spot him from up above if if they were in a slightly better position. Looks like Cajones is going to be okay here. Oh, Killers, though. Killers may actually spot him.
Yeah, the hunters are moving in the correct direction. If he comes around this tree and the wall back there, then they might get line of sight on him.
Look at that. The whole Hunter team needs to be following Daisy right now. Daisy leading them right to the monster. But the rest of the Hunters still really spread out, playing four corners.
If you guys are just joining us, this is Hype versus Eyes on You. It is currently 2-1 in the series. We've seen 3 Hunter wins, but not a single monster win. So Cajones looking to take it home with a Wraith W. But he's got to go through Liquidity's Torvald.
Killer's probably going to notice him right here.
Yep. He, if not, doesn't notice him. He may have heard that Reaver get demolished and eaten. Mammoth Bird's going off.
Yeah, the Mammoth Bird's actually maybe... What were they going off on? Other wildlife? In any case, that's going to trigger Killers. And AmyBot is actually walking almost right into it. Right there. Cajones goes in with the Warp Blast. Harpoon Trap actually locked him down. There's the Abduct on Amy. Amy might go down before the rest of the team is here. No, great shields from Killers. The medic needs to get here ASAP. Those shields go down. Couple more hits are going to take Amy out. And there's Cajones looking for that perma-juggle on the medic.
Riku.
I mean, on the trapper.
Oh, AmyBot is down. Unfortunately, Riku couldn't get their AFAP. And Daisy's going to pull that res on AmyBot. That is 1 down penalty on the trapper from a stage 1 Wraith. AmyBot, if you notice, did not throw the dome back there, because if she did throw the dome and then went down, that dome would be back on cooldown. The dome is still ready to go. Unfortunately, Riku was just greatly out of position for the heals. Slim does have a long-range heal burst, but that range is only 30 meters, so unfortunately, they were not able to save him right there. Killers did the best that he could with the shields. Unfortunately, they were just not able to keep AmyBot alive. That is going to be huge for this Wraith. Let's see if we get a dome here.
And he takes a stage 2. This might be a completely uncontested stage 2. AmyBot, 85 meters out. She's got it in hand. Remember, she's got to get within 50 meters in order to successfully throw the dome. In fact, it might even have to be a little bit closer than that to successfully dome a Wraith without issue. Cajones 60 meters away now, almost in range. Amy in the perfect position to go either way. The pings come out. She knows exactly which direction Cajones is cutting. And AmyBot is looking for that dome. She does still have the Harpoon Trap in hand. She needs to have the dome in hand if she wants to get the dome. Looks like she is way too far away now. Oh, I see. So she was just laying that Harpoon there, just in case Cajones chose to go out that side.
The thing is, Cajones is now full armor after the evolve. Wraiths are super squishy, don't have a lot of armor, but the upside to that is it is much easier to get full armor and get as prepared as you can be for a dome. Cajones, stage 2, full armor, full health, which is the best position to be in as a monster. Really going in on AmyBot. AmyBot taking a lot of heat. I'd expect a supernova on her in just a moment. Nope, looks like he is going to back off for just a moment. Did not take a lot of health damage back there. Doing a good job of dodging liquidity so far. AmyBot just trying to keep herself alive. She is a bit squishier, 20% squishier in fact, now that there is 1 single down penalty. Going over, looks like Cajones hitting the Warp Blast in the air. I think that might have just been into the tree unintentionally, and I don't think he's committing. I think he's just going to wait out this dome. Yep, looks like he's going to go Sky Wraith. Oh man, I absolutely hate fighting against Sky Wraiths. It looks like he is just going to do his best to stay in the air to mitigate damage, because it is much harder to hit a Wraith who's flying above you. Sometimes Wraiths opt to do this when there are no loops in a dome. You're going to get line of sighted anyway, so just stay up in the air so it's harder to get hit. All the Hunters going on offense.
Yeah, they can't dish out enough damage to him, though. Cajones did a great job mitigating that dome, just staying in the air the entire time. And, you know, I've heard even from some of the developers that Sky Wraith is one of the more designed ways, I guess you could say, you know, that Wraith was designed to be played originally, and it's definitely a very interesting and sometimes very difficult style to play against. I still think it feels a lot better than playing against a Wraith who just decoys all the time. Even if sometimes it's hard, I love the fact that you can do that with Wraith. Oh wow, great dodge right there on the Abduct. Riku barely out of the way. The rest of the Hunter team needs to get here though and save him. There's a Warp Blast. Great dodge on that Warp Blast, and Cajones actually just jukes around the other side now.
He might be okay. Really, really playing the Wraith sneakily. In fact, so sneakily that he
Amy missed the dome. And we've got an invisible Wraith here.
I think
keep in mind that is just an observer mode bug.
You know, so I have actually never seen a Sky Wraith in competitive play. I see it in pubs sometimes, but played very poorly in that they run to stage 3. By the time they're stage 3, I've already taken half of their health, and then we just demolish them. The point is to try to get down penalties when you can get down penalties. The Wraith is poke and leave. And that's exactly what he did on Amybot. He capitalized on a Hunter misposition, poked the Trapper down, and then left. He's not fighting when he can't get a down penalty, but if he can capitalize, he will capitalize. And that's exactly how Wraiths should be played, rather than purely running, which is how I see Wraiths play in pubs sometimes, and that is the wrong way to do it. You're just gonna get chipped away while you're not chipping away either. You know, sometimes you're in 100% run mode, but when you're in fight mode, you're 100% fight mode until, again, it's time to either mitigate or run away. You don't always have to run as the Wraith. It's time sometimes. You got to choose your moments. That's the key, to poke in and do some damage. And it looks like Kones might be choosing that moment right now. He is full energy, full armor, and is ready to take the fight to them. The Dome is prepared, though.
Warp Blast onto Killers. That's huge. There's the Abduct, too. Killers taking a ton of damage there, but Riku on point with the heals. And Cajones is going to circle around the rocks here, looking to get out, but the Dome does lock him in. And they've already dealt out a decent amount of damage to his armor. Going to look to be finishing off that armor and actually do some permanent health damage here. Shields, though, coming out from Killers, keeping Amybot up. Cajones doesn't look like he's going to give up on Amybot. He's got the armor to commit. Great dodge on the Torvald mortars there. He needs to keep that up if he wants to have a chance at surviving this game.
Yep, Cajones is committed right now, so he's 100% to being committed, like I said earlier, trying to get someone down. This is the time to poke, and then after the Dome comes down is the time to run. He is trying to get a bit of damage here on Amybot, but everyone is healed back up to full health, and now the Hunters are the ones gaining some ground.
This is real damage now, working down that first bar of health. He goes airborne, looking to play that Sky Wraith again and just mitigate as much as possible. They are firing through the trees, though, and those pings, keep in mind, they update in real time, so as long as someone is always pinging the Wraith, they'll know exactly where he is. They can just shoot directly on the red pings to connect.
Yep, like I said, he was 100% committed earlier. Now he's 100% committed to Sky Wraithing and staying away from the Hunters, flying all over the place. He only took a light amount of health damage, but that was for no down penalties whatsoever. Kones did gain a cooldown on the Dome, though, so he is now able to bail out and hit stage 3.
And he took almost no damage in that Dome right there. That's exactly how he needed to play it. He stayed in until he lost his armor, and then he immediately backed off. He didn't really accomplish anything, but losing half a bar of health when that's all you've lost the entire game, 8 minutes and 50 seconds into it, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's much better than we see most monsters at the current stage of the game, and now he is going to stage 3. Last time he had 2 points in Abduct, which I don't really agree with. You only get a couple more meters on the Abduct and not too much more damage. I would have rather put that 2 points into Supernova. But it looks like he's routed out with 2 in Decoy and 2 in Supernova. So he is adding that Deception to the Wraith kit by taking 2 Decoy, 3 Warp Blast, and 2 in every other ability. You don't really need 2 points, or actually you don't need any more than 1 point in Abduct. It doesn't gain very much damage as you put points into it. And in my opinion, you don't need the extra utility that comes in 2 or 3 points, because Abduct already has over a 50-meter abduction range. When you put 1 point into it, I don't think you need any more. And 50 meters is the radius of the Dome. I don't see myself abducting anyone past that. I believe it's 62 on 1 point abduct, and when you put more points into it, you just get more range. And at 3 points, about 10% more damage on the abduct. I really think those points are more worth putting into Supernova. Get 3 point Supernova, super long-lasting Supernova.
And here it is. There's the Abduct. He does not connect on anyone. Oh, he did evolve so we can see him again. Bug is fixed once the monster evolves.
Oh, you know what?
It looks like Cajones is going to try and circle around, maybe fully armor back up before going in again. And I think he's just going to go in for the kill once he engages again.
After he evolved, he gave up his 4 points in Decoy to take 2 points in Decoy and then 2 points in Supernova is what happened back there.
No, where are they going to set up? This Okay, yeah, they are moving. All right. I was going to say, that would be a very interesting spot to set up. This is one of the best spots, actually, to set up against Wraith. Nice and open. They just need to have good placement on those harpoon traps. And I think they'll have a decent chance, even though Cojones is at full health. Keep in mind, this is it. Cojones cannot get any more health from evolving. The permanent health that he has here is all he's going to have for the rest of the game, and he has to pull off a win here. He has to down the Hunters or destroy that relay. There's the decoy. They can still see him. They're still able to shoot him and reveal him. Dome comes down a bit early.
Yeah, that was extremely early, actually. They barely took a bar of armor and then...
Oh, and he's going on Riku. No shields from Killers here. Killers distracted by the decoy. That was absolutely huge. Warp Blast does not connect. The shield's coming out just to cover him just in case. And Riku is going to be able to continue to heal up and dish out damage here. Cojones has lost almost all of his armor already.
Ooh, this is a very, very successful decoy right here. He is feeding up in the middle of the dome, uninterrupted. The team was shooting at the decoy, and he had some nice cover behind this building. Now, it looks like he is going to continue to Sky Wraith, although he is not even close to focusing anyone down. The mistake was Amy bot through the dome super early, so they're not going to get health damage, and if they do, it's going to be very, very little. You really got to get these mortars on point, Liquidity. You got to do damage to the Wraith. They are squishy. They don't have a lot of
there's the supernova. This could be massive. And the orbital coming out from Killers. Great orbital right there. Cojones breaks off the supernova and backs out right away, though. Very, very wisely. Killers pops the cloak. Cojones flailing about in the air looking for the invisible support player, but he just wasn't able to connect and finish him off. Great jukes on Killer's part there.
See, like I said earlier, you have to 100% commit to mitigating, and that's not what Cojones did. He took two and a half bars of health damage that he didn't need to take by trying to focus the Hunters down at the end of the dome when he had no armor, and the Hunters were all full health. He did get a good amount of damage there at the end on the support, but he was just punished with an orbital. Like I said, you gotta evade when you start evading, and he's going to come back with full armor in just a moment. He lost more health than he needed to back there, but he's still in an alright position. The Hunters did not take any down penalties and are fully healed up back there.
That dome was an absolute success for the Hunters, though. They took no strikes whatsoever, and they took the monster down to about half, with the monster showing nothing in return. If they can have one or two more engagements like that, they will take this game handily.
If I'm on this Hunter squad right now, I'm feeling all right as far as the amount of damage we've done. Get those harpoons down, get set up for the next time he comes by, and Liquidity, get those mortars directly on his forehead, and make sure he doesn't decoy and feed in the dome. That's, if you saw back there, that's how Wraith should be using decoy. Not when you're being shot at by a hide flamethrower. Not because you want to do damage. Use it for deception. Decoy doesn't do as much damage as it did pre-title update. It used to do 250% extra damage. It does much, much less than that. He's 2 points of decoy, so I believe it does 51% extra damage when you put 2 points, rather than 200 like it did pre-update. So it is not for doing damage. It's more for feeding up in the middle of the dome or deceiving the Hunters and repositioning for an abduct or for a warp blast. That's exactly how you use decoy. That's how I want to see it used, rather than just mashing it whenever it's ready and using it all willy-nilly.
Yeah, it's so much better when you use it as a decoy, as a diversionary tactic, rather than simply for offense. You can just do so much more damage. There's those mortars from Torvald just coming in, destroying the building, if it were even possible, and just narrowly missing Cojones. He does go into the air. He pops the decoy. They had to have seen that, though.
They apparently didn't, because they're not shooting at him whatsoever. He does appear where his decoy was, and here we go. On the support, taking a serious amount of damage. I would expect a supernova in a moment. Oh no, but the mortars taking off a solid 2.5 bars of armor right there. Going in on Riku. The shields are up and online. Riku does not want to break that line of sight. I wonder why Amy Bot's doming so early.
Yeah, I think that they just want to make sure that Cojones doesn't escape. I don't know. 3 of them grouped up, though. They need to be exceptionally careful. They're great harpoons from Maggie. They're all able to break away. Killers, though, down to half. Killers needs to watch it. Riku has to get him healed up, and Cojones has no more armor left, down to half health. They're into real damage here, and there's still a lot of time left on this dome. Warp Blast right there. Killers gets hit again. Killers needs to watch out. He's key to keeping the rest of the team alive here.
Use that decoy right there behind the tree, but he did reveal himself.
Couple auto attacks now. There's a Warp Blast and the Orbital coming in, but it does not connect. Going in on Riku hard. Riku needs to be very careful. The abduction misses, though, and Cojones switches it up. Looks like he's going for Killers now. Killer's off by himself, continually knocked away by the juggles from the Wraith's auto attacks. The Hunter team, though, dishing out a ton of damage to him. They're going to take him down very, very easily here.
Yeah,
there's not much left he can do. Oh, and the Harpoon Trap still locks him down. Liquid Duty on the chase, not giving up, firing away. There's the auto shotgun. Cajone's down below, a bar of health. And I think the entire Hunter team is going to chase here. There's no reason for them to sit back. But they are, okay.
Aside from that one misplay at stage 1, the Hunters have looked solid for the whole rest of the game. Cajones was looking amazing from stage 1, stage 2, going into that first stage 3 dome. He was looking excellent. But coming in here to the end of the game, the Hunters have really turned it around when they were originally behind. That just comes to show. You're not out of Evolved till you're out of Evolved. You can turn the tables. Cajones here could turn the tables if he manages to focus someone down. Unfortunately, he just hasn't been able to yet. He's looking great right now. Up until stage 3, he was looking excellent, but he's just taking a serious amount of pain and punishment for sitting inside these domes.
And you have to wonder, Cajone's holding his Supernova, possibly due to the fact that he knows that, you know, Killer still hasn't used his Orbital up to a certain point in the fight. And if he does pop the Supernova, Killers is just going to pop the Orbital right on his head. So why not throw a Supernova out early to force the Orbital? Supernova refreshes a lot quicker than an Orbital.
Yeah, as well as he doesn't want to get hit directly in the forehead for Torvald mortars, because when you use a Supernova, it is a big glowing aura, and that just says, Torvald, put mortars right here, because this is where the Wraith is hanging out to do extra damage to the team. So this is a great assault counter pick. Plus, paired with Amybot's harpoons, Amybot's telling Liquidity, I almost call him Liquid Duty, like his proper name, Liquidity, telling Amybot where to put down those harpoons, and then putting the mortars down where those harpoons are when the Wraith is stuck in there. He is not looking hot right now, going in with the decoy, leading it, and going to reposition. Although this is extremely predictable, I'm sure the Hunter Squad knows 100% that that is indeed a decoy, and they don't want to go messing with that. Just waiting to see which direction Cajones starts to commit to try to take him out. He's got to focus someone down here.
Cajones coming in now, opening up with a Warp Blast. Dome is thrown immediately. They don't even wait to dish out a single bar of armor damage to him. Ducks behind the building, pops the decoy, and he's going to look for someone to single out, but no, the Harpoon Trap's actually locking him down. There's Riku. He does pop that Supernova. A duct onto Riku, pulling him right back in as the mortars hit him, though. That did a massive amount of damage to his armor. There's an Orbital. That's going to keep him away from that area for a while, but Riku is still off all by himself. He goes into the Orbital as the last bit of it finishes, and this is going to be it for him. The Hunters finish him off right there.
Yep, that was a kill box back there, and unfortunately, that is another monster loss. Making it 2-2 in the series. We've seen 4 Hunter wins total. Great try there on the Wraith, unfortunately. Just wasn't able to take that one home. Cajones played that 99% perfectly up until that first stage 3 fight. He couldn't focus anyone down. A couple of ducks were missed at stage 3, and he wasn't able to take that one home. As you saw right here, if you look at the Hunter's health, very, very little focus. You see a couple dips on each Hunter, and Amybot the only one who died fully. But other than that, 99% well played by Cajones up until stage 3, where the Hunters really took it back with that damage output. Nice job right there. On the Hunter side, it is 2-2. Best 4 out of 7. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining us this lovely Saturday afternoon. Or depending on where you live, perhaps it's super late at night, perhaps it's morning. I don't know where in the world you are. I don't keep track of this. But you know what I do keep track of? The fact that it's 2-2 in the series and we're going to the next map.
2-2, yeah, we could be pushing this to a 7th game tiebreaker. I think it's really going to come down to Cyril here. Hype's Hunter team has done so well against, I should say, Izon Yu's Hunter team has done so well against Hype's Monster that I don't think Cajones has that much of a chance of taking a win off against them. But if Cyril can actually take a win here and Izon Yu's Hunter team wins again, they will close out the series 4-2. So it's really up to Cyril to actually take a win for his team and push his team into the round of 8.
Yeah, a couple months ago, I said something that is, once again, coming back and holding true. It takes one monster win to win the series. You can expect your Hunters to take every single win. If your monster can take one single win, that can turn it around for you, and that could be a series win. Once again, one of these teams, either Eyes on You or Hype, are going to be eliminated from the ESL majors, which means they are not going to be going to Poland. And of course, we all know Poland for their, what is Poland known for? Beer? Germany's known for beer, and they're right next door.
I don't know, actually.
Whatever there is in Poland, you're going to want to get it while you're there because you're in the semifinals of the ESL Majors playoffs. I'm sorry for not being European.
All right, looks like the Hunters are filtering into Cyril's lobby now, so hopefully we will have this game in just a second.
Thanks for dropping by, everyone in the chat. Shout out to my dev friends. We got my man DB Sinclair hanging out. What's up, DB? Lady Outpair and the lovely Miss Chloe. I think those are all the devs we have in chat. I'm sorry if I missed any of them, but welcome you guys. The devs supporting competitive Evolve more so than I've seen any developer support their competitive scene. How many other games do you see the devs in the Twitch chat? Just them, I feel. So thanks for coming by, guys. And all you lovely viewers, thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to follow the stream and follow at @Black_Aegis and at Stell Shampoo for stream updates. Those are right above my head. Right above Dan's head. We're going to get into the next map in just a moment. Is that going to be Wraith Trap coming up next as the third map? This is going to be interesting. Wraith Trap, popular feeding route we always see is right past the Tyrant. Pile of Reavers right there. Let's see if monsters decide to do that. Let's see if they try to choose Wraith on Wraith Trap. Maybe some Kraken. Maybe some Meteor Goliath.
Something tells me, well, you know, Cyril might play Meteor Goliath. I know he's messed around with it a little bit. I still feel that Cyril's most comfortable on Kraken, and he knows that if he wants to have a chance to win, he just needs to play Kraken and put on his A game. I've talked to many, many players in the competitive scene, and a lot of them feel that Cyril is by far the best monster currently in the new meta that's come up after the latest title update.
Yeah, I haven't seen Source play all that much, but these monsters are definitely the best of the best. Meteor Goliath is allowed in the majors, right, Dan?
Yeah, Meteor Goliath is allowed. As far as I know Jack is not allowed. Not just yet, at least. But as far as I know, Meteor Goliath is. He's basically the same thing as Goliath, but with a few slight variations.
Yeah, he's got some changes on cooldown. If you guys haven't played Meteor Goliath yet, what are you doing? Watching the stream, that's what you're doing. But after, go play some Meteor Goliath. He's a lot of fun. He's got a little bit longer on some cooldowns for his abilities, but that's made up for with some increased range on Flame Breath. The Leap Smash goes farther, the Rock flies faster, the Charge is faster, and the trade-off is a little bit of cooldown, and he's less good at focusing down hunters relative to normal Goliath. He's much better at spreading out his damage. All of his abilities leave burn damage, but instead of stacking that burn damage on top of the initial damage is tuned back a little bit, and that burn damage makes up for that over time. So Meteor Goliath, bring in a different Goliath flavor. I wouldn't say one is better or worse than the other, Goliath or Meteor Goliath. They're just played differently. Goliath, a little bit better at focusing one person down. Meteor Goliath, a little bit better at spreading the damage out among the team and making them run to the water because every single ability sets you on fire. We are getting started in just a moment.
All right. Teams, I think they're just about ready. Looks like I think they've just finished up picks. What is this? Game number 5, actually. Coming up in just a second. This is going to be on, I don't remember. It's been so long in between each game. Oh, and we lost the past chat.
Oh, so we don't got map picks anymore? We'll get started in just a moment, guys. Thank you for being patient. People
does that say orbital drill? I'm not actually zoomed in on the screen, so I can't see, but it looks like that says orbital drill from here. It
says Wraith Trap.
Oh, does it say Wraith Trap?
Absolutely.
Yes, you're right.
Wraith
Yeah,
Trap.
you said that. How can you read that, but I can't? That's
orbital
sad.
drill, Dan?
I can't. Yeah, I guess I do.
You know what I eat a lot of? Ketchup.
What's that? Ketchup?
Yep.
And you're going to say ketchup helps
Ketchup
your
has-
eyesight?
Ketchup has
I thought that was
lycopene
carrots.
in it. Well, carrots
Okay.
do too, but ketchup has lycopene in it, which helps your eyesight. And I don't know. I went to see my eye doctor, and he's like, "Yeah, you got some top 20% vision because your vision really deteriorates as a teenager, and past that, you're pretty much good until you get really, really old.
Right.
And the lycopene helps out. You can see things like the map name there in the top left.
So what you're saying is if I eat more ketchup, I'll be able to read really fine print on my second monitor very far away from me.
I am not a doctor, but let's just pretend like I am. Yes.
All right, jumping into the pick screen here. I think we're going to see the same lineup as before. It's worked for Hype, so why change it? And Cyril really is best on the Kraken, so also why change it?
Yep. Bringing the Kraken, Markov coming back out. Of course, if we see a Kraken, because the Assault is picked after the Monster, I can almost guarantee you we're going to see a Markov, because Banshees are sad and painful, and Markov, of course, is, I don't like to use the B word a lot, but I will use it here, the best at eliminating Banshees. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. If you're just joining us, Eyes on You versus Evolve Hype. Evolve Hype is rocking their Hunters versus the Eyes on You Monster. Let's see how they can do here.
All right, here we go. Game number 5. Cyril on the Kraken. Rocking that awesome skin, too.
All right, going up here. I predicted his feeding route past the Tyrant, eating the Reavers, and it looks like he's going to do exactly that. Actually skipping over some of the initial free meats there from spawn. Cyril moving out here. Oh, actually, he is taking the slight deviation. Let's see if he does go to the Reaver pile. Eating up some spotters. Those spotters will give away your position. Hunters who are adept at the game will listen closely for those spotters and detect you if you run past one. Eating up some mammoth birds right now. It looks like Hunters do have boots on the ground and are going after Cyril. They know exactly which way he's went because he left some hot stamina traversal tracks there on the floor. And Cyril is going past the Tyrant, it looks like, feeding up on the Reavers and mammoth birds in this back area behind this house. Yep, he went
Now,
right
one
past.
thing very important to mention here is that Wraith Trap is almost never played in competitive. In fact, it's almost universally banned, but Hype chose not to ban it. They chose to ban all of the common maps, which left Wraith Trap as one of the maps that had to be played. And it kind of makes me wonder, has Hype actually practiced on this map a lot, planning to do that once the playoffs started?
Yeah, I'm not sure if they wanted to play Wraith Trap in particular, but they banned maps like Fusion Plant. They didn't ban Distillery, which we see a lot, but I bet you they banned Orbital Drill, because that's another common map as well.
Yeah. Fusion Plant and Orbital Drill were the two that Hype chose to ban.
Ah, I am psychic. I totally did not read that from the chat. I 100% guarantee that. I just kind of know my competitive. Let's go. All right, Cyril here. Very, very close to the Trapper. Getting those darts in. Looks like Bronk wants some pure vision on Cyril. Put that dart in, 35 seconds. You'll know exactly where he's at all times. It's also much easier to dome when you have a dart in the monster, because if you throw the dome at 50 meters or less and you can see that, because the dart updates your distance from the monster, then you know that dome will land. You're not just kind of using a guess anymore. You know, most trappers are good at guessing where the monster is within 5 meters at this level, maybe even 3 meters. But with the dart in, there's no guessing.
Yeah, absolutely. You know exactly where it is. That update time is a little bit delayed, though, so you cannot necessarily use it to accurately fire Cabot railgun shots through a wall or something like that, for example, because it is about a half second to 3/4 of a second delay when it updates the position of the monster.
Yeah.
Vexen, though, coming in with that lightning gun, trying to flush Cyril into a position where Bronk can probably get a dome, and they're really doing work on his armor here. This would be the perfect time to get a dome if they can take it, and look at how wide Bronk is cutting. I'm not even sure Cyril's aware just yet. He's going right into line of sight of Bronk. Bronk can throw this right now and absolutely be guaranteed a successful dome. All he has to do is throw it. There is no way the Kraken can escape. He is waiting, though. Cyril actually just dropping in, going for the sneak attack on Bronk. Doesn't actually do a lot of damage, though. Great shields from Paulus. Paulus, once again, just proving that MVP status. And Cyril is forced to back off with 2.5 bars of armor, and this dome only just started.
Ooh, this might be a terrible dome, though. It might be a loop. It is a loop. If not, it might be an infinity loop. What Bronk was trying to do back there before he got pounced was position the dome well so that he didn't get an infinity loop, but it looks like he had to throw it right there. And yes, this is indeed... Wow, this might be a double infinity loop with 4 loops in it.
Yeah, this is insane.
This is
This
not
is
good
this
for
is
the
like
Hunters.
two figure eights stacked one way and the other, and Cyril can just go in any direction he wants and continuously break line of sight against the Hunters.
Yep, and look how easy it is to feed up in the middle of this dome because of all the ground and the loop coverage he's got. Hunters trying to spread out and do some more damage to him, but they would have got maybe half of his health if they would have got a nice flat area with no loops. There's verticality in this dome, there's 2 loops in this dome, and even though he was domed with less than half armor, he's looking totally fine right now. He lost barely a quarter of health because he just had so much area to mitigate, and now it looks like the Kraken's just going to try to get away here and take a stage. Yup, that's exactly what he's doing.
There's the stage 2. Almost no damage taken in that dome. Great play by Cyril. If he can escape here more or less unscathed, I think he's going to be in a very, very good position to take a game off of Hype's Hunters. It'll be a first for the series here today, but if anyone can do it, Cyril, the monster player for Eyes on You, is the one to do it.
Yeah, we have not seen a single monster win today so far, given this is only the 5th game, but no monster wins out of 4 games. One of the monsters taking it home for their team could mean that that team is moving on to the round of 8, and the other team has 0 chance of going to Poland. Moving over here, back to the south side of the map, Cyril is going to definitely try to get some armor, get a little bit of energy before he gets domed. The dome was back on cooldown earlier. It is off of cooldown now, and Bronk is going to want to throw it when Cyril is low on armor for the maximum amount of permanent health damage that they could possibly do. Oh, for some reason.
The trap jaws actually making Cyril pause. That actually gave the Hunter team a lot of time to close in. Looks like they did get the dome. Bronk does throw it almost blind. Just using that tracking dart to let him know exactly where the monster was, and he just takes it.
Looks like we have another loop here. Bronk not landing some very good domes today. He missed a couple in the previous games, and he's landing some serious loops.
Got a loop and a full armor, almost full health. Stage 2 Kraken here. This is Cyril's chance to shine. What's he gonna do? The Mammoth Bird actually fires as the Aftershock hits also.
Ouch.
Avexen took quite a bit of damage there. Vode really forced to work overtime to get him healed up here. Cyril switches over to Bronk. The shields from Polis, though, on point. And Cyril switches over to Polis. Polis with the jetpack dodges the lightning strike. He's not going to dodge the Aftershock, though. That's half his health right there. Polis does pop the cloak. He will escape, and Cyril backs off to mitigate and maybe get some armor back.
Yep, and look at the power of the loop. This is why trappers in casual play, you drop a loop, whatever. Competitive play,
pops the
we know-
personal shield. Dome falls, and Cyril takes to the skies. He's not even going to stay in any longer. He's just going to back off and continue to feed and try and hit stage 3.
They weren't even close to health damage back there. In fact, he's still chip safe. Generally, 2 bars of armor or more.
Oh, double lightning strike.
that was
This
painful.
is a chance. This is an opportunity to go for. Shields from Polis. That's like the one time he's actually been off timing on the shields. Vortex. Bronk is down. There goes
no.
their Trapper. 1 strike on the Trapper, and Vode gonna have to come in and possibly get him healed up. Is there, you know what? Hold on a second. Is there still, there is a Tyrant.
Oh, no.
The Tyrant is in the middle of the fight, too. This is Cyril's time to shine. Is he going to capitalize on this or just back off? Okay, he just backs off.
Bronk is getting punished for these loop domes. They would have got some armor damage back there and then some health damage if Bronk wouldn't have dropped a loop back there, which meant Cyril couldn't have stayed in to finish off Bronk right there. But Cyril was confident with the remaining armor he had to stay in and finish off Bronk, and Bronk paid for that. So he is back on the dropship for 2 minutes, and they have no way to contain this monster, which needs to be contained because he has so much health left. This is what happens when you drop loops, trappers. Don't drop loops. In casual play, you might not know the maps as well. In competitive play, we know these maps. I know where loops are going to form. I know where I need to back off to throw optimal domes for my team. Get that dome game.
Cyril pushing the aggression once again. Vortex and Lightning Strike. It does connect on Polis. Aftershock should finish him. No, he gets healed by Vode and actually dodges out of the Aftershock at the last second. That's huge. Cloak is still up. He's got a few more seconds to get healed up. But meanwhile, Cyril can just switch it off. Goes for Vode. Sneak pounce right there. Shields come in. Gonna block that. The Vortex, though, pushes a Vexen back. Cyril actually isn't doing any significant damage here. These Hunters almost seem like they're playing better as 3 than they were as 4 in the previous dome with the massive loop. Shield's gonna block that Aftershock. Vexen takes a bit of damage, quickly healed up though. Another Lightning Strike blocked by the perfect shields from Polis. And Vode, although actually taking quite a bit of damage there. Cyril back in the skies now, drops in again, but once again, Polis on point with the shields. How much longer can they keep this up though? I don't know.
Lightning Strike coming in
Whoa!
hot. We need some shields, Polis. We need some shields, bro.
This is going to be it right here. Cyril can just continue the assault. He does. Polis had to break off the shield to actually start to regenerate it, and Cyril snuck in a tentacle swipe at the last second. Vode, though, back up in the fight, or actually back on the dropship, and Cyril backs off. Interesting choice there, rather than staying in to down the other 2 before the Hunter team drops in.
Yeah, Polis has no healing, so he definitely could have taken Polis out. And
Yeah.
Vexen has no health regen until Slim gets back on the ground.
Yeah, oh, he is backing off to take the stage 3. That might be the better choice. You know, and that shows the experience of Cyril. If I was in that game right there, I would have actually just gone on the remaining 2 Hunters, and I probably would have taken a beating for it. It would have been a little bit too much of a punish.
Ooh, there we go. 3 Aftershock, 3 Vortex, 2 Lightning, 1 Banshee's his final set. I like this set right here. He's going to want to feed up and then go back in on these Hunters. Now, unfortunately, Vode died about 2 seconds before the dropship came in. So Vode, the Slim player, got back on the dropship and is back in the fight. If Vode would have been eliminated after the dropship, there's an extra delay between dropships that he would have had to suffer through. Plus, Cyril could have gotten to stage 3 and then finished him off. Let's see if they can finally dome him here without loops. I've seen it done. I know you can do it, Bronk. I've seen domes without loops before. And here we go. Dome is up and online.
Once again, another big loop. Cyril actually doing a brilliant job always staying near loops. So they're basically forced to dome him in loops. There's a Lightning Strike dropping in for the Aftershock. Now he switches, goes to Vode and a Vexen. A ton of damage dealt out there. Who's he going to focus? He has his choice. He can basically choose anyone he wants to focus. Vode so low here. There's the shields from Polis, so it's not going to be enough, though. And Cyril has the health to commit. Vortex and Vode is down. The medic is down. They have no more healing. The orbital does not connect, and that Lightning Strike is basically going to keep him down for a very long time.
Oh, this is not going to look good. Vode dies, you all die. They better keep Vode up, or he's going to bail out of this dome.
And he is. He is dead. Cyril now, he can go for Polis, and it looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. Vortex and Lightning Strike. This could be a win for Eyes on You's monster player. This could be exactly what they need. Polis goes down. Support is down. Medic is dead. About a minute and a half left on the dropship timer. Actually, even more than that, and it's only Assault and Trapper in the fight.
Looks like Polis is going to get finished off here. You know what, Dan? You said earlier that you thought Hype might be practicing these maps that typically aren't played. Doesn't look like they were practicing. We're seeing so many mistakes and so much pain and sadness that Eyes on You Cyril is inflicting on this Hype squad. They, I guess, haven't practiced this map specifically. That, or they're just having a bad time right now.
Bronk on the run now. This could be the moment that Eyes on You needs. This could be what shifts this series' momentum in Eyes on You's favor.
Maybe Hype tried to psych out Eyes on You and make Eyes on You think that that Hype practiced this map when they really...
He's going on the relay.
Yep, Bronk's going to have to save that.
Yeah, Bronk has to get in position. It does take 30 seconds for a full Stage 3 monster to drop a relay from full health. We had about 50 seconds on the dropship timer when Cyril engaged, so Bronk is going to have to do some work here to keep Cyril off. Cyril takes the shots, he's knocked off the relay, and immediately he goes for Bronk. He knows where those shots came from, and he is on the hunt now. Bronk, let's see, how far away is he? 50 meters. He's within smell range. Cyril knows exactly where he is. This could be it. 20 seconds. This is more than enough time for Cyril to actually take him out. There's the quick-moving sneak pounce right there. Lightning strike on Bronk. He doesn't have the jetpack to dodge. This is going to be it. Cyril's going to take the win. There's the aftershock. And Eyes on You's monster Cyril takes his first win on the Hunters of Team Hype.
Not to mention, that is the first monster win of the series. It looked like Cyril had practiced that map, and the Hype Hunter squad had not. That was a very solid win right there. Ending it with about half health, a little less than that, doing a huge amount of damage, and finishing off this Hunter squad. Unfortunately, where it really went wrong was Bronk got eaten by the Tyrant after he got down, and it just did not look good for this Hunter team. Cyril, taking home the W for Eyes on You. Now is up to Hype's Monster to take a W as well. This one win by Cyril, however, could put Eyes on You in the round of 8.
Yeah, this could be exactly what they need to actually advance to the round of 8 and prevent their team from being eliminated before they really have a solid chance at going to Poland.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is one lost game on the Hype side. So they are now counting on their Monster on the other side of Wraith Trap to try to take it back.
This is match point for Eyes on You. One more win.
It is.
Their Hunters just have to keep doing what they've been doing, just playing well, playing smart, and also playing defensively. And as long as they can keep their cool, I think they have a very, very good chance at beating Cajones here.
Let's see. Switch it up on Wraith Trap. Thank you all for dropping by. This could go to a tiebreaker, or Eyes on You could take the W with series point right here, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, who do we got? Was it Team Potato Aim versus the Double Ds? Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, after this series. So we have more Evolve awesomeness coming at you guys. Meanwhile, if you haven't heard the schedule, the round of 16 continues on the 13th, 14th, and 15th with the quarterfinals on the 21st and 22nd, which is 21st and 22nd is a Monday, Tuesday, and October 10th is the semifinals and finals on October 10th. Brought to you by the lovely bearded DB Sinclair and Demand from Poland. All right, let's get it on, guys.
All right.
With possibly the final match in this series.
I was actually muted there.
No,
All right, Aegis mute. Then Aegis mute's in the chat.
They might not see it. They might not see it.
If he's
You
going
might
in,
have hit it well. I don't know.
Let
No,
him
probably
chip
not.
some more armor, hold it.
I
He's already evolved it
unfortunately
anyways.
am not. Oh, fortunately, I should say, I am not actually insane and don't sit here talking to myself. And Dan doesn't just sit around and move his mouth with no words coming out. He actually does sometimes.
All right.
Mute his mic.
Yeah, so we will have about a minute before chat actually notice it. I'm sure we'll see some Aegis mute spam. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, there we go. It's coming out right now. No, I caught it long before you guys saw it, so you don't have that much longer. Who are we actually waiting on right here? Liquid, Amy, Killers.
Riku, perhaps?
Yeah, we are waiting on Riku.
Yo, I feel so cool. I've been casting Evolve for so long. I actually know the teams. I know the players by heart. I don't write any of this stuff down. I actually know the teams and the players nowadays, and I have my favorites. I'm always left out of sports conversations. I don't know anything about football, baseball, golf, nothing. So, oh yeah, me too, dude. I'm sitting around. I live in San Francisco, so the Giants won the baseball ESL tournament the other month, and
Yeah.
everyone's like freaking out. I'm sitting there like, yeah, so how about that competitive Evolve? Yeah, that's going well, right? I have no, what the Giants, let's see how many California sports teams I can name. The Sharks, who are Ryan's favorite hockey team, one of my mods, and I kind of like hockey. I don't understand any of it, but they beat each other up sometimes, so I think that's kind of cool to watch. Very Evolve-esque. Sometimes you see some ice rink 4v1s going on.
All right, looks like Riku might be AFK. No, he is joining in. Okay, good. All right, we'll be set. We will have the 6th game of this series here in just a minute, and look at that. They're jumping in right away. Thank you guys for keeping things moving. Let's get the 6th game of this series started in just a minute. No, wrong map. We can hear that call
I'm pretty sure this
coming
is
out.
the wrong map. Yep. So they're going to have to rage quit the lobby
The wrong map.
and try again.
Stop.
There we go. Just going to switch up the map, guys. We are getting started. Eyes on You is on match point. Or Evolve Hype could bring it to a tiebreaker.
Yeah, of
Stay
course.
tuned.
You know, Cyril won the last game on this map, so maybe this is a map where the monsters shine. I know a lot of hunters do not like Wraith Trap.
There's a lot of foliage on this map, which is my main concern.
Yeah.
A lot of bushes, a lot of trees, a lot of stuff you can step into, including nomads, mega mouths, dune beetles, mammoth birds, that one tyrant. You know, I actually heard who's Hunter Team? Stage 3 actually named all of the sloths on Distillery. We should name all the nomads on Wraith Trap. The what?
Stuck with me in
One
the
of them.
loading
I think it's
screen,
only
you're stuck with me in
one-
the loading screen. Stuck with me.
Two?
Loading screen, you're stuck with me.
Nomads
The
on Wraith
loading
Trap?
screen, you're
We
stuck
can
with
hear,
me. Poop, poop.
Was that Riku singing in the
You're
background?
stuck with me in the loading screen.
Unfortunately, we can't mute him.
Screen.
For those of you
You're stuck
guys
with
who
me.
missed out on the Stale Shampoo official Evolve stream on Thursday, Riku calling for his mommy. That was hilarious. Riku was getting focused out so hard as the medic. He's like, "Mommy, mommy, mommy." It was great.
So Cojones goes back with Kraken again. What do you think about that? I'm not sure that was the wisest choice. I mean, the Hunters demolished his Kraken play in the first game, whereas when he chose Wraith, I felt like he was in a much, much stronger position to win that game.
He did great on Wraith up until stage 3 when he got stuck in a dome and didn't get any down penalties. So let's see how he does back on his Kraken. Maybe he's taken a moment, took a breath, grabbed a drink, reevaluated his strategy, and perhaps will try to use the Kraken to the best of his ability to take a W here. Because that Wraith was looking great, but he just didn't get anyone on stage 3. So if he can pull it off on the Kraken, get some down penalties, then he can take a W here. On Wraith Trap, we're seeing Slim and Hank once again. Slim really, really phasing out Kyra on the medic slot. As you said, Kyra no longer gets 6 heal nades from capacity.
Yeah.
And ever since then, we've seen pretty much all Slim and that one guy who played last.
Slim has almost been completely dominant, and we've also seen Markov come back into play again. So I gotta wonder, when the variants come out, are we gonna see a lot of Blitz Markov? And are we gonna see a change up in the medics? Are we gonna see some Rogue Val?
I am hoping Rogue Val has dual wield med guns, because if she does, I might have to start playing some competitive.
I can't say,
Val.
but it sounds really cool.
Oh yeah, dual wield med guns. I mean, just replace the sniper rifle with a med gun as well. Make that even longer range, 120 meters instead of 60. Let's go.
Here it
If you
is,
guys want a
game
tiebreaker.
number 6. But yeah, should we do a live poll in chat?
Yeah. If you want a tiebreaker, we need the hype monster to take this one home. And if you want Eyes on You to take it home, then they're gonna shut it out. They are on match point with a total of 4-2 if they win. What do you want? What do you want the emotes to be, Dan?
Let's see. Let's get some PogChamp for Eyes on You. If you guys want Eyes on You to win, let's type some PogChamps in chat. And if you guys want hype to take a win here and push this series to a tiebreaker, let's get some Kriegasms.
I wanted to use some Franker Z, but Kriegasms work. Kriegasms and PogChamps in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Who do you want to win? Eyes on You or Evolve Hype? After this, we do have another series to cast. Going up for the feed. Very, very typical feeding route here on Wraith Trap. Not surprising that he decided to go this way. In
Liquid.
fact, our Kraken is almost full energy.
Liquid gonna spot Cojones right here. Rest of the Hunter team should immediately switch direction and look at that. Yep, they all shift. AimyBot heading wide around that rock, along with Killers following right next to her. AimyBot 80 meters out. She should be able to cut this. Yeah, and look at that perfect cut. I think that will give her just about enough distance. 50 meters, she could throw it now. This is the time to throw it. She does. And Cojones is in. First dome of this 6th game is underway.
Ooh, is that a loop? That's
It is not a loop. It's an accidental God Dome.
God Dome. Let's go. Oh, they
It
said
is an accidental God Dome by AimyBot right there. The sneak attack, though, on Liquid. Liquid gonna have to pop that personal shield pretty soon. And there comes the Spore Cloud. Killers firing away on that laser cutter. Cojones already down to half armor.
Man, I said it could be done, and it was done, but done better than I said it could be done with the God Dome. It is going to be extremely hard for Cojones to mitigate in this dome when the Hunters have a God Loop. This is huge. They're going to get a massive amount of damage, I'm sure, and be able to chase the Kraken and chip away at him very, very well. The God Dome coming in hot. Ooh, looks like Riku's getting a bit low, but I wouldn't be worried. Killers, I'm sure, has got that shield game on point. Let's see what they can do.
Whole Hunter team actually taking a ton of damage here. They need to be very, very careful. There's Cookie, though. Killers with that shield doing a great job keeping Riku up. Cojones taking a ton of damage here. They might actually finish him on the run.
I said he was going to take a ton of damage. I didn't mean that much damage. He's down to 33% health at stage 1. He's not even ready to hit stage 2.
Look at that. Eyes on You like a boss. Rather than running by the Dune Beetle, they stop to kill a Dune Beetle. Rather than finishing off Cojones, they're going to give him another chance.
Yeah, Riku might have wanted to also shoot at that Dune Beetle to get some extra heal bursts out to quickly get the entire team patched up. The dome is still cooling down, and if Cajones doesn't evolve fast, we could see a no armor stage 2 dome if he's not quick about this, and if we see a no armor stage 2 dome, that could be a kill box. All right.
And there's the stage 2.
This is
This
not
dome,
looking
it's
good.
still not off cooldown yet. Cajones is going to start moving any second now. Amybot right above Cajones in perfect jetpack movements there.
And
She does have it in hand. Yes, she could throw it any time now. She's just waiting. Got to throw it sometime soon, and there it goes. It does come out. Stage 2, no armor dome. If they do the same kind of damage that they did in the last dome, this is going to be it. This is going to be the end of the game. Hype will be out of the playoffs, and Eyes on You will be advancing to the round of 8.
Give me your Pog Champs, ladies and gentlemen. Give me your Frankers, or what did we say it was? Pog Champs and
Kriegasms.
Pregasms.
Looks
Let's
like
go. Let's see
chat
who-
wants Eyes on You to win by a mile. There's a perfect shield from Killers there, keeping Amybot alive. If anything connects on her, right now that dome is falling and Cajones is going to escape. There's the Aftershock, dropping in hot, connects on the shield and does some damage to Daisy, but no more damage to Amybot. Riku does drop though, and that's huge. They have no more healing, and I don't know if they have the DPS to actually finish off Cajones here.
Cajones doing a great job connecting his abilities. The Hunter team's mistake was
There's another Aftershock. Killers
Or the Aftershock.
actually taking even more damage, and he almost gets sneak pounced. He needs to drop that orbital. He doesn't. Amybot, and oh, he does get the orbital at the last second, but just not quite enough. It's down to Liquid and Amybot right now. Cajones could turn this around to a win. This could be a tiebreaker.
wow. It was just they were way too gathered up. Way too many of them got hit by those Aftershocks and Vortexes. Amybot's going down next. They need to bail out now. Like I said, you're never out of
Oh, this is going to be it for Liquid. Cajones sees him. There's the Vortex, and a Kraken ominously chasing behind him 40 meters away. There's the Lightning Strike. Does pop the personal shield. He didn't have the jetpack to dodge it. A few more hits in a minute 27. There is nothing Liquid can do. He cannot evade this Kraken for over a minute and a half. And there's the sneak pounce. That's going to finish it. Cajones. Wait, no,
Joe's
Killers
up,
is still alive. How did I
He's
miss
up,
that?
yeah. I don't know why. If I was Liquidity, I would have turned around knowing Killers was alive and tried to fight the monster off, get a little bit more health damage, and let Killers get the way, be the one to keep the team alive. If there's a person on the team who's left last man standing, it's got to be the support. Support last man standing. He can cloak himself, orbital the relay, you'll be all good. If I was Liquidity, I would have turned around right there and tried to chip a little bit more health away. If not, scared the monster away because he didn't want to take health damage. One down penalty on every single Hunter, but Cajones extremely low health. After he evolves, he's going to have less than half, and it's going to be a battle of attrition. Who kills who first?
Cajones needs to utilize this time to take a stage 3. Killers far too far away for Cajones to close in and actually finish him off. Killers, though, just waiting here for the dropship. The Hunters still have a chance. Cajones still has a chance, too. I don't know which way this match is going to go now.
Man, it was super Hunter-sided, and then it got pretty evened out right here. We are going to have a redeploy in 10 seconds. Cajones is going to want to feed up before they position themselves and get over for the attack. I'm sure the Hunters will be grouped up, though, if not set up by the time that Cajones is full armor and ready to engage. As you can tell, he is on the west side of the map while the Hunters are redeploying over on the east. If he goes for the relay, Hank does have that super accurate laser cutter to fight him off. This is going to be a close one, Dan. We have a down
Dropship
penalty
coming
on
in.
everyone.
Killer's in the perfect position to anticipate the dropship arrival, but Cajones is full armor now. He can just go on the relay. And the Hunters are actually very, very far away from the relay. This will put them at a significant disadvantage. They'll need to choose a spot next to their drop-in point to set up and defend, and they will need to draw Cajones out because they won't have time to set up around the relay. Cajones, though, doesn't look like he's going for the relay. He's just going straight for the Hunters. There's Amybot out in the open. Cajones does not go for her, though. Lightning Strike completely misses by a mile. They've got a Nomad in the fight, too. They have to finish off that Nomad. I've seen that Nomad take out so many teams before, and it looks like it is chasing Killers. He's got to pop his cloak because of a Nomad. That is terrible for the Hunters of Eyes on You.
That cloak's going to be back on cooldown and will come back at the very end of the dome. Good thing for the Hunter squad, actually, that Cajones was mitigating while they were focused on the Nomad.
Yeah.
They do have a loop back here, but that was actually a good thing for them.
Cajones had the
man, plus
perfect
strike.
opportunity to take advantage of that, but he didn't. He chose to mitigate instead, dropping it now. Now that the Hunters have time to set up position, there's a Vortex and a Lightning Strike. Killers dodges the Lightning Strike. Aftershock going to connect, though. That was another
Ow.
triple or quadruple Aftershock right there. They need to watch out for those if they want to have a chance at turning this game around. Cajones down to almost no armor. The Vortex pushes Riku back, switches it up with the Aftershock on Liquid and Killers. A couple
Orbital
more
time.
hits to take out Liquid, and there's an Orbital on Cajones' head.
That's the harpoon. Oh, that is a great amount of damage right there. Killers might go down. Slim just trying to keep him up. This Aftershock will do it, though. And that's
Not gonna matter.
down.
They have the damage to continue to take him out. I think Lightning Strike onto Riku. Riku down very, very low. Actually, maybe they don't. They need to get someone back up in the fight. Killers is back in the fight. There is Liquid on that lightning gun. Cajones down to a bar and a half of health.
Forgot about
And
the
Killers
medic.
getting the medic back up. Lightning Strike onto Amy Bot. She dodges it.
Assault
And
rifle.
Cajones is on the run.
Oh, that was insane right there. Daisy MVPing it, picking up the medic and support. And it looks like, are they going to set up or are they going to continue the chase? This is insanely close. This went 0 to 100 real fast, Dan.
I knew that the matches were going to be exciting once the majors came out. I knew that every team was going to be playing at 110%, but I did not expect a match like this.
That was Hunter-sided, Monster-sided, Hunter-sided, Monster dying, Daisy MVP. I don't know what's going on right now, but it's pretty awesome what's happening on your screen.
Cajones is looking for anywhere to get some armor now. He's fed so much of the map off that he doesn't actually have enough wildlife to efficiently armor up.
Man,
And this is key because it actually allows the Hunter team to set up wherever they want. They have chosen the exact same spot that they did before. And, you know, now that I'm looking at it again, once you take out the Nomad, I think this is a very, very good spot to set up against a Kraken. It's nice and wide open. There's only a few small elevation breaks, and you have small pillars like the one that AmyBot is standing on that you can use to potentially break line of sight when a Kraken aftershocks.
I mean, when you remove the Nomad and you put 5 mines and 5 harpoons down, it seems like a very cozy place to hole up, in my opinion. And, man, the thing is, Cajones, with such low health, he needs armor if he chips away at the Hunters and wants to leave. Because if they break his armor, that's it. He can't run. They're going to kill him on the chase. So every ounce of damage at this point counts. It's up to Liquidity to kill this monster before he kills them. Because he will kill someone, I'm sure. Killers 2 down penalties, Riku 2 down penalties, and those are the people you don't want down penalties on.
Oh, there's a lightning strike there, and the Aftershock. Aftershock does connect on Riku. Riku very, very low. Shields need to come out. And Killer's still not healed up either. He does pop the personal cloak. That's going to be wearing off soon. And this Hunter team is very, very hurt. They need to work down that armor before one of them falls. 2 strikes on the medic, 2 on support. 1 more down will send them to the dropship. And they're back almost up to full. Riku, though, no jetpack to dodge the lightning strike. He does take the lightning strike. Banshee mines and Vortex. But the orbital right on Cajones' head. He has no armor left. 1 bar of health. It looks like they are going to take him down in this dome. And it's another God Dome by Amy. AmyBot with 2 God Domes in the same match.
Jeez, did they know that was there? Did Riku know that was down there? Because that is amazing. Killers is down, but the Kraken is also. Eyes on you, going to the quarters.
Eyes on you, going to the round of 8. Hype is eliminated. They have lost their chance to go to Poland. This was a single elimination series.
You know, I meant the quarters.
The quarters, the round of 8.
Yeah. Yeah, this was the quarters. They won the quarters, and they're going to the quarters. That was an insane match right there. It went from Monster to Hunter in the blink of an eye right there. Those domes were beautiful. Dome MVP, Daisy MVP, Trapper MVP, Eyes on You, Winner Chicken Dinner MVP.
Absolutely insane series. Eyes on You coming back from a massive momentum deficit in the beginning of the series. They really had no momentum. You could tell that they just felt off, and they really turned things around at the very end, closing out the series 4-2. Congrats to Eyes on You. They will be going to the round of 8. We'll be coming back in just a couple minutes, folks, as we set up for Team Potato Aim versus the Dildozers. Don't go anywhere. I know that both of these teams want to get these matches underway. They were supposed to start about 3 hours ago now, so I'm sure that they're ready to crank these games out. We'll be back in just a few minutes with more Evolve Majors playoffs action.
Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen.